Not gonna lie, McDonald's has fallen off a lot for me when it comes to fast food in the US, but with the amount of glazing you see on social media when it comes to Japan, I decided to fly out here just to see what McDonald's is like here for the first time. It should be noted that I recorded this during cherry blossom season in Japan, so there's some limited packaging and products to try, and because I'm a big back and have 5 other meals my first day in Osaka, I decided to split this video up with when I was in Tokyo as well. So for my first actual meal in Japan, guys, I'm gonna decide to get some McDonald's. They have a uchi matcha frappe, they have a teritama burger, cheese teritama burger, teriyaki burger, and this one also seems very interesting. And another thing I saw that was actually trending was the strawberry daifuku pie. I never get the apple pies or anything like that when I go to a McDonald's in the US, but you know, when in Japan, right? You know, we have the cherry blossom wrapping. Oh, this looks so good. There's like some kind of glaze on the meat. And the sauce, I can't really tell, although I think it's just mayo. We have a fried egg on top, so let's give it a try. Maybe it's like a teriyaki burger with just egg. That's actually sausage, I think. It's just like, although I can't really tell what the glaze flavor is. It's pretty sweet. You know, not gonna lie, this isn't something I would get for lunch, but for breakfast, this is definitely like an 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10. Now let's try the fries. A little bit cold. Oh, they're still bust. I've been excited to try this one, only because I've seen this one online, and I usually don't get the apple pies, although they are pretty tasty, but this one I felt like I need to try, so. Look how pink it is. If I were to compare this smell, kind of reminds me of a strawberry donut from Dunkin' Donuts, kind of. Okay. It's like if you had like a toaster strudel with like red bean, and a little bit of mochi in there. Look, you got the mochi up in there. But if you had like a toaster strudel, red bean, and mochi all together, that's pretty much what this tastes like. Although there's no glaze on top, probably would have hit even more with that, but it's pretty solid. Well, it's a little debatable if there's actually any real strawberries in here, but it's definitely fire. Probably one of the best McDonald's desserts I've ever had. So I didn't want to say anything when she was here. She just left, but one of the weirdest encounters I've ever seen in McDonald's is seeing someone using a curling iron right next to someone that's eating at a McDonald's, bro. I guess you gotta do what you gotta do, right? And this is probably the thing I was most excited to try, and no, it's not because it's fried chicken, bro. Y'all gotta stop watching iShowSpeed videos. The Shaka chicken and Shaka fries are probably the only McDonald's products I know that come with their own seasoning that you get to coat on yourself by shaking it up in the bag that it comes in.
I'm gonna come.
So it should be noted that talking too loud in public spaces like this aren't really respectful in Japan, so my full synopsis is at this timestamp here. Best believe I'm not the type of guy that's too shy to put on a show in public, but with this current trend of annoying foreign content creators, I really didn't want to make our situation any worse.
I've been excited to try this one here, the teriyaki chicken fillet. Look how juicy it looks. Oh my god. So nicely glazed. So if I were to briefly describe it, it kind of has like a gingery type of flavor to it. And it is a little sweet, but not too sweet to the point where it makes the chicken taste really bad. If anything, it just kind of tastes like a ginger glaze, a sweet ginger soy glaze. With, of course, some mayo. And this is also a nice touch I never noticed. There's like a little scoop to enjoy the frappe. Now, without further ado, the uchi matcha. Now, for those that don't know, I was just in Uchi and I got to try a lot of different kinds of matcha. So I wonder how well this is actually going to hold up to the quality that I was able to indulge in over there.
Hold on.
Yeah, the quality is actually pretty good. For what you would expect from McDonald's, this is actually like, it's a pretty nice matcha. Like, it's strong too. Like, it's not weak. It's actually a pretty good amount. Yeah, this is definitely uchi matcha, for sure. Oh yeah, they didn't lie. They didn't lie. Oh my god, it's a 10 out of 10.
All right guys, brief summary, just because I wasn't able to talk too loud there because I was in a public setting in Japan. And for those that have been here, you guys know what that's like, being the only one talking loudly when everyone else is quiet. So if I just go over some of the things that I had, the teriyaki burger was goated. It was definitely S tier for sure. I mean, it was like a nice amount of sweetness, spiciness, and the chicken quality overall I thought was really good as well. And Speaking of chicken, I mean the Shaka chicken, the one where you like pour in the seasoning and everything, that's probably better than the fami chiki, the spicy fami chiki that everyone always talks highly about. Just the breading alone had such a nice crispiness to it, and when you guys shake the seasoning all over the chicken, it was like nicely coated. It wasn't too spicy, but it added so much flavor to it. And that was probably a 10 out of 10, as well as the uchi matcha. This may be very controversial, but if I'm being honest, and it makes sense considering we are in Japan, obviously it's going to be significantly easier for people to get their hands on uchi matcha, but the quality of that matcha frappe from McDonald's is probably way better than like all the $7 cups of matcha you guys pay in New York City or anywhere else in the US, honestly. Like that was probably one of the best matcha drinks I've ever had. So I almost don't even want to go back to a Starbucks or another coffee tea place to have their matcha, because that one was just, it set the bar so high. And you know, considering I was just in Uchi yesterday and got to try a wide variety of different drinks there, and being able to properly compare that to the matcha drink that they have here, it was definitely like on par. Like I'd say it was definitely like, that was some of the best matcha I've had. All right guys, so I'm gonna end the video right there. I'm gonna head to the next place that I'm really excited to film at. And hopefully if you guys enjoy the video, leave a thumbs up and I'll see you guys there.